Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Horror. I am Daniel Shine, joined as always by Todd Loya.
What's up?
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. What's cracking?
And Mike Kruger.
How come he always gives an extra beat when he says my name? Like everyone else, he says next right name, but he's like, wait for me to talk shit, I think.
He's triggered. Or he's been groomed.
There you go. I expect the worst from you, Todd.
So rude.
So anyways, we're fresh off the latest from Shudder and brand new movie called Spiral, and we'll get right into it. So Spiral follows a same-sex couple who move into a small town so they can enjoy a better quality of life and raise their 16-year-old daughter with the best social values. But nothing is as it seems in their picturesque neighborhood. And when Malik sees the folks next door throwing a very strange party, something shocking has got to give. All right, so, Kruger, you want to go first on this one? I'm curious to
tag me in.
We haven't talked about this at all, so tag.
So first off, I want to say I love the dynamic of the gay couple raising a teenager. Not something you really see that often in horror movies, and just kind of the same reason why I love foreign horror movies. Stuff like this, I really enjoy seeing. I like learning about different cultures, how people, deal with the trials, the tribulations, just living through life. And I felt for Malik and Aaron. That scene when the daughter's boyfriend is, talking about not drinking out of the same glass as them, that really, kind of bothered me. I mean, if you have any gay family members or, gay friends, obviously that's going to, be something that kind of really kind of hits you out of the left field. And I knew nothing about this movie going in. And, I love the underlying theme of Malik dealing with his trauma from a hate crime. I felt really bad for him as a character. I like the time period it encompasses. I think they did a good job encompassing, I think it was late 90s.
Yeah. That was my year.
Yeah, 95. So I thought the story did a good job of keeping us guessing what was going on. And then once we got the answer, I thought it was a, pretty good answer to everything. And the whole movie's a powerful metaphor about, the trials and tribulations of just being a gay person in society around that time and being a family member of a gay person. I can't imagine the struggles that entailed during that time. And I think this is a good ass psychological thriller. It can double as another genre I'll get into during the spoilers. But yeah, I really like this one a lot.
Pugs, what did you think of this one?
I don't think I liked it as much as Kruger, but it's very, very good. I like the two main characters raising the daughter. The neighbors were neighborly, so that was all right. The ending is really, really strong, which is the reason why I really ended up liking this movie. Because up until then, I'm like, this is good, but I want a little more. I really just want to get into spoilers because there's an aspect of this movie that I absolutely love, and I wanted more of. But but like Kruger said, that hate crime trauma, Jesus Christ, that's fucked up. I'm glad we're a little bit better than that, but we can do better as a society, people.
Yeah, I wanted a lot more, but I'll get into it. Todd, what did you think?
Of course you did. I'm kind of with Pugs on this one. That ending is what really sold it for me.
Wait a minute. A lot more out of the movie is what I'm saying.
No shit.
What did you think we were talking about, Dan?
You were giggling. I was like, oh.
I'm a man. I don't giggle. So calm down over there.
You were giggling, Todd.
There goes Dan ruining my train of thought. I was fine until then. No, I'm with Pugs. That ending is it stuck it for me. But I was interested the whole time. I was entertained, like Kruger said. But it's that ending that really moved this one up a notch.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start with the good. I really did love the characters. I felt for Malik, obviously, 95, it doesn't feel like that long ago, but very different world at the same time. And
Hold on, Dan. Was the VCR okay, Todd? Because now you got me looking.
I didn't have any complaints for the time period.
Yeah, I always like anytime they're in that era, I'm always looking for like, oh, wait a minute, is Todd gonna spot this? Is Todd's like a bloodhound?
You want to
no, that VHS is from 1996.
You want to see me triggered? Put on
Did Malik have a time machine? God damn it.
If you want to torture me, make me watch Take Me Home Tonight. The whole movie I would be like, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong.
I remember seeing stuff in that, so I can only imagine what you saw in it, because I saw all over that movie.
Yeah. I still don't know what the movie's about because I was watching that the whole time, but okay, sorry.
Just watch it and think it's in its own alternate dimension. But yeah, anyway, so the drama between the characters and dealing with the horrible social prejudice and everything of the time, that was very strong. The acting's top notch, felt very natural, very believable. The problem is the story they build around that drama with the family is kind of shit, to be honest with you. There's certain things that don't make sense that I'll get into in the spoilers, because I don't want to ruin this for anybody. There's things that could have hit a lot harder. It had a really good build. Again, when he finds the slur written and all of that. Like, I'm like, okay, well,
they didn't have the balls just to show it, but they showed they showed the one with D. I don't know if I'll say it after spoilers, but that annoyed the shit out of me.
It did me too, actually. Shocker.
But yeah, it's kind of got at a certain point a Get Out kind of vibe. You don't know where it's going. And it's kind of another. It's kind of a road to nowhere, though. The story is just not very strong. Again, the characters, the personal drama going on with them, and Malik obviously having the trauma. That's all great, but they just don't build it around anything particularly fascinating. And I'm going to rip a little bit more specifically on it in the spoiler section, because I actually didn't like the ending, at least if you're talking about the very end. And there was something that didn't make a whole lot of sense about it to me. But anyways, yeah, that's what I got. It's unfortunately, it's a misfire, but fantastic acting. I really wanted it to deliver more. The horror portion doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, so anybody else have anything else to say before we get into our spoiler section?
I just think you're dead wrong on the horror portion. I thought it delivered fine, but we can get more into it in the spoilers.
We will.
I give this fucker a 4 out of 5.
All right.
Okay. And Pugs, what do you give it?
I'm going 3.5.
I am on par with that, but I also do want to say I kind of agree with Dan with the horror part. I enjoyed the movie, but I don't think it nailed the horror parts.
Mm-hmm.
So 3.5.
Again, I'm going to give this one a 2. And it's generous, actually, to be honest.
I figured this one would be a little split amongst us, but I honestly would have switched you and Kruger. But this is awesome.
Yeah, I'll elaborate.
I think it's because Dan hates gay people.
I love gay people.
We know
gay people. Shut up, Todd. So, anyways, that was the strongest part of the movie, though. That's what I'm saying. Like the real world drama was good. It's what they built it around was not very good for me.
Dan just
but all right,
it wasn't lesbians in the lead.
10 years prior.
All right.
We need the prequel. All right. So, guys, now we're going to get into spoilers. We're going to talk openly about this movie. If you haven't watched it yet, well, again, we obviously had differing opinions, so you might like it, you might
Yeah.
not, but it's worth checking out. Shudder's,
Yeah.
like I said, it's always quality. So
And
spoiler time.
And it's streaming on Shudder as of today. So
Yes.
September 17th.
All right. So all right, spoiler time.
So
All right.
if you're still listening now, it's on you, not us.
Absolutely. All right. So number one, at the end, when they reveal the next couple and everything,
Dan hated them.
I'm like, I thought the theme that they established was that this was always like a same-sex couple.
No. It's what people fear at the time. So that's post 9/11, and there's a Muslim family or a Middle Eastern family moving in. So went back 10 years prior and 20 years prior, really, the gays, AIDS, that was a big deal. Probably before that, oh man, there's a black family moving in. And probably came back around. So that's what was going on there.
They didn't really show when they were looking at that history, though. You didn't really see it's 1960 and it's
I
a
got
black
that
family.
The dude said it in the prison.
I got that.
All right. I missed it then. Okay. All right, but my big beef, they don't really develop this neighborhood, why they're doing what they're doing, what they even are. I mean, it's so vague. I needed a little bit. Yeah, but that's
the point. The point is you're guessing whether the dude is going insane or not.
I get that, but when everything's revealed at the end, I needed a little bit more.
I'm going to pull it.
Not much of a story.
I'm going to pull it, Dan. Well, I guess he doesn't like cerebral horror. Like you always do with that sci-fi bullshit. Shut the fuck up, Dan.
Cerebral is not understanding it. I get.
I'm just kidding.
I don't think this is that hard to understand.
Yeah. I think
I think they purposely left it slightly ambiguous to what he is or what they were sacrificing for the main guy. He could have been like the devil or a demon of some sort. But I think Dan wanted a little more clarification of who the fuck is this old guy or this old kid. Am I wrong, Dan?
It needed a little bit more.
No, you wanted it more. It didn't really need it. But...
Yeah, Dan, you're sounding like a millennial who wants everything explained. No offense, Kruger.
I like ambiguous shit. Look at some of my past reviews.
I know that's why I'm confused. Cool. Why?
I'm trying to take a shot. It's like maybe it took too long to get there.
Yeah, I don't understand why you have such an issue with this.
Did it take too long to get there for you? Because I was kind of in that boat. I'm like, this is interesting and all, but let's get the story going a little more.
Probably, yeah. I mean, again, I need a little bit more than just being attached to these characters. I felt like at times it didn't really feel like the danger was there like it should have been.
It's also a cult in hiding too.
Yeah, I get that. It's not so much that
did you guys watch 1BR?
I have not.
No,
I still need to see that.
So this reminded me a lot of 1BR because they're both kind of like, cult community movies. But 1BR, takes place in a apartment complex. But I don't know. Out of the two, I think this does it better. I liked it leaving the end ambiguous where you're, kind of guessing in between whether Malik is actually going crazy from the trauma he's experienced or if this place really is a cult. And I don't know. Like, I knew it was going to be a cult storyline, but I really liked it leaving me guessing, what was real and what was, not real. And then the whole thing, I thought the scene with the daughter looked cool, with her, flesh all skinned and the gore. Mm-hmm. I thought the gore looked good. With, just with movies like this that are slow burn, once you give me, that little bit of horror at the end, that's when it, gets me to really like it. And I don't know. I thought this did a good job. And I thought it did even a better job just encompassing the, the struggles of just being a gay person around that time, and maybe even the struggles of being a gay person today. I love seeing that shit. I love seeing different cultures and different areas of society and how they deal with life, and I thought this did a really good job of that.
You know, another thing that I'm thinking of that I think they could have done a little better. Again, acting all around was great. I felt like they could have made you hate the villains a little bit more. Even towards the end when things are revealed a little bit. I mean, Lachlan Monroe's great. He's been in 10,000 movies over the last 20 years or so. But yeah, I felt like there could have been a more like, I want to.
But they weren't really doing it to be hated.
No.
They were doing it because they had
I
a
get
goal,
it.
and that was to feed Homeboy, make sure he's around.
Yeah, I get it. I just this one made me want more because I did like the characters so much. I will say though, when you said the daughter when she was found, that was pretty cool, and the way he sold the horror too, that was some great acting. It just didn't come together for me. Like I
just see a 2 out of you being so low. Like
that's.
I think a lot of people will be with Dan actually because there's not enough going on. But like I don't know, if you're open and you like cults, you'll get a good time. You'll have a good time with this one. But I didn't like the masks that the cult people were wearing. I'm like, you just wear the hood. That was cool. Those clear masks. You guys kind of killed it for me. But
that scene though, when the dad was, when you saw all of them behind him, I thought that was pretty cool. And the cinematography on this was really good. I think that's kind of where I kind of enjoyed it, maybe a little bit more than everybody else, because I just thought it was so well shot, and there were some like really good scenes towards the end. Like I said, with everybody in the hood when you saw him behind the dad.
Mm-hmm. What did you guys think about the possible supernatural element? Well, I guess it is there. The little girl or maybe the gay couple before them, the women in the dress with the tapes.
Yeah,
you guys like that?
I didn't really get where. Like, I think I needed more to understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Todd. I didn't really understand it all that well, but the stuff with the little girl did look cool. Like, I mean, she looked cool and all that stuff. But I think they should have maybe explained it a little bit better. But
there you go, Dan. We found some common ground.
Yeah, no, it's just a misfire, but it's still at times a well-made misfire. It's the story that failed me, but yeah, I agree. I think this one's going to have very mixed reviews. I can pretty much guarantee it. So, but yeah, no, as always, we always love hearing from you guys. So wherever you're at, please respond. Let us know if you think I'm full of shit. It's cool too.
Well, you are full of shit, but about this
in particular. What do you guys think about a possible continuation or a prequel movie?
I want to see this.
I would
9/11 one.
I think that would be enjoyable. Even if they didn't go with that route, something a little bit more, current would be enjoyable. With all the.
Well, we know who it would be currently. So I think Dan's trying to. Never mind. I'll save my bad joke for off air. Dan's with the call.
All right.
I'll just go.
There's a movie I've been trying to get on the show for a while that I think does something similar to this, but better. Dan, I know you've seen it, so shut the fuck up. And I'm now that I know that Kruger dug it, and Todd, you liked it pretty much like me. I cannot wait to discuss that movie in a future episode. So, and I'll reveal that when we actually do it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, just the thing I completely forgot about, like the comparison with the Lodge, and I love the Lodge so much because the thing that caught me about it was just watching real people kill themselves. It encompassed the look of like somebody actually shooting themselves in the face. Yeah. When the mom killed herself, and just like in comparison with this, I thought these movies were kind of on par, both being kind of cult movies, but the cult isn't the main storyline going on. If that makes sense. I don't know. like the Lodge is so good, but this is also good in the other aspect. Like as far as like I said, the aspects of being a gay person in society and dealing with all the bullshit that encompasses being that part of society is really well done in this. And then on the other end, the Lodge is so good with just keeping you guessing, kind of like this movie did for me too, where you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on? And then boom, you find out, oh well, it's cult shit going on. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I Lodge I absolutely loved. Riley Keough. I mean, man, what a great performance in that one.
Yeah, that girl's performance, man. Like when she's just catatonic and the blood is just dripping down. Like I love that shot and just everything about that movie. Like first off, I love those goddamn It kids, man. Like, let me tell you, like, I will fucking pay any goddamn horror movie you put any one of those fucking It kids in. Like, just because just that movie was just like, it was like the Goonies, but pure horror for me. And I just loved all those kids, and I thought they're such good actors. So, like, when I saw, Ben from It in the Lodge, I was really excited. And I thought he played such a good little fucking piece of shit.
Those kids were pieces of shit.
They really were. Like that's the sad thing about that movie is like that girl really, like, you can't blame her for anything that happened. Like those kids pushed every single one of the wrong fucking buttons. And the thing that got the only criticism I have about the Lodge that prevented it from me going like a higher rating for it, because like I was about like a 4 out of 5 for it, but I wanted to see those little fucking kids get their goddamn brains blown out. Like I wanted to see that shit fucking spread all over the goddamn staircase.
I probably would have liked it.
I was pissed. Yeah, well, I was pissed, man, because I was like, you had them all doing this fucked up shit, and you're not gonna show us killing them. Like, come on, give us a little bit of that sugar.
Yeah, I might have even liked Spiral a little more if they just totally. I mean, it's not the most original story, but if they just kept it as a descent into madness, he just couldn't get over his trauma. There is no other threat, and he just, I don't know, fucking rampages everyone at the end. It might have worked even better. I
probably would have hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
What we just watched the one that was the Descent into Madness we all liked. What was that? I'm losing it already. It was like
Rent-A-Pal.
Yeah, there we. Oh my god, Jesus. Yeah.
No, that was good.
Okay, well, yeah, that was way.
Yeah, I think Rent-A-Pal, like, dude, just speaking of Rent-A-Pal in general, I'm totally so wrong on that rating. Like, we watch way too many movies that when I rate that fucking movie, like, that is at least a 4 or 4.5 out of 5. Like, that movie is really good. And shout out to the fucking dude that played, what's his fucking name, that commented on our video.
Fiscal, I don't remember his last name. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. I'm sure he appreciates.
Did you guys see the big?
I know you've never fucked any brains, sir.
I have not.
Bigfoot.
I have not.
So he's got some Bigfoot movie that Dread Central put out called Hoax that maybe we need to check out just because he's in it.
Yeah, we definitely. I know. I don't know. I definitely have that, so we can cover it. And we are speaking of Brian Landis Fulkins, David.
Yeah, dude, you were the shit. Like, fucking sounds fucking weird, Andy. Like, that's just been playing through my head, like, for days now.
I still wanted you to kidnap the real Will Wheaton in that movie, but other than that was a masterpiece. I'd be curious to ask, and maybe when it comes out on Blu-ray, if Will Wheaton was ever actually, like, on set for him at all, or, how that worked.
It would be.
Yeah. You wouldn't need to, but it does help sometimes to actually,
interact the way they were. Yeah, it could have gone either way. It
does. It would help me, I'll be honest.
Maybe otherwise, a table read, but if it was a low budget movie, they probably didn't even get that.
Yeah, but still, nonetheless. Yes. Just, I don't know, pop up at the end credits and kill Wesley Crusher at a Star Trek convention. Boom.
But just in general, I just want to say how awesome 2020 has been for horror. with
And nothing
things
else.
like
Real-
Rent-A-Pal,
Real life too.
It's a great
Uh,
escape for damn sure. Yeah, it does help.
Yeah, we've had some smaller indie films step up and be really good. Rent-A-Pal's definitely one of the better ones.
Yeah.
dude, IFC is killing it this year.
They are. There've been a couple though that have been overrated too, but I didn't think The Wretched was
Yeah, that was a
fantastic.
Oh,
That was basically Frank Knight.
The Wretched is okay, but
See,
I think
I was gonna say that one. I think
No, go
goes a lot more with the fact that for a seasoned horror vet, that one's seen that 100 times before. For a newer, newer viewer, it's not gonna have that. I've seen this 50,000 times.
Yeah.
So, I think it's solid. It's
that
just
one did have some solid.
Yeah.
It did have some solid practical effects in it, and the Wretched just in general, like it isn't anything particularly new. And I think you said this, Todd. The age group they went with was just kind of like they made it the annoying teenager age, and I would have preferred maybe if they would have went younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know someone said
Yeah.
I can't remember. That's been 30. 50
Here's the
movies
thing,
ago.
though.
yeah.
It's a decent enough movie, but I think it's funny. #1 movie in America.
It was. Can't
It
hate on
was.
that. That wasn't even the bullshit like they
weird
do
time though.
when they're like the 5th place movie, and they'll be like #1 comedy drama in America, and there's only one. At least it was legitimately the #1 movie in America, even if it made like $2,000 on that weekend. But whatever.
Definitely.
On that note, let's close this bitch out.
All
We're
right.
eating your table,
So I am kicking my cat because she
That
won't
is animal
listen to
abuse,
me.
and it's
She's
on tape, sir. Way to go.
not
Fucking
kicking
animal
to
abuse.
hurt. She's biting my feet and she's driving me nuts.
You shut
Here.
up, you piece
Cameo.
of shit. Stay sick, guys. Bugs.
For Dan's pussy and us, we're out.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Perfectly safe.
All right.
Perfectly safe.
Follow us on all the social media bullshits. And Dan, have a good night.
Enjoy your
Adios,
pussy.
guys.
I will.
One animal was
Later.
raped in the process of making this podcast.